Okay, so this summer I have a lot of families that are coming into town looking for new construction, and a lot of them are between Oviedo and Winter Park. Now, I do regularly have a lot of people that are kind of between Oviedo and Winter Park just because they both have amazing school zones. They're kind of in the northeast corridor of Orlando. They are completely different. So I do have a video that I have titled, it's like Winter Park versus Oviedo or Oviedo versus Winter Park. And it just goes over like the basics of those areas. And maybe from that, you can like just determine which one you'd rather be in. I kind of go over, why people move to each one, the price points, all that good stuff. But if you are wanting to do a little bit of a deeper dive, this video is for you. I'm going to go over the luxury new construction homes that are to be built in Oviedo or Winter Park. Hi friends, sorry to interrupt my own YouTube channel, but I have something really, really exciting on the horizon that I wanted to share with you. Obviously, buying here in Florida is super different than wherever you are coming from. It doesn't matter what state you're coming from, buying in Florida is completely different. We have different property taxes. We have a different insurance market that's unlike anywhere else in the country right now. We have homestead laws that are completely different. We have hurricane disclosures that are different, flood zones that change block by block, and you just don't know what you don't know yet. And that's exactly where people lose money or lose the house or both. So I'm hosting a free live webinar. This is going to be October 5th, 2026. And it is called How to Relocate to Florida 101. It is going to be 1 hour. I'm trying to make this super easy for you guys. We're going to go over the entire purchasing process from searching for a home all the way to closing, how it works when you still have a home to sell in another state. Plus, I'm going to have a lender on with me, and they're going to cover Florida down payment programs, which those change, and closing costs, then a live Q&A. If you are serious about purchasing a home here in Central Florida in 2027, this webinar is going to gear you up perfectly. And this is the hour that saves you from every one of those surprises. That's my favorite thing. I don't like any of my clients to be surprised or shocked at all during this whole process. Spaces are limited, so email me at christinesalesorlando@gmail.com or scan this QR code right now before you click away because it is going to fill up. See you there. And I say luxury just because at this price point, well, with new construction, there's no longer not luxury options. I was just with a buyer from Chicago yesterday, and we looked at everything in Oviedo on the market that is new construction, and it is luxury. And also, I'll clarify for this video, I am talking about single family homes only. I'm not going to do townhomes or condos. If you want that video, please comment below. Those are definitely going to be more affordable by like $1 million. So I can do that video as well and show you guys all the options. So for this one, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go through all of them. There are only 48 homes between Oviedo and Winter Park that are new construction and currently on the market or to be built. So we don't have a lot to go through. I'm not going to go through all 48 of them, but I am going to show you kind of like the bread and butter of each and what to expect. And of course, if you are seriously considering a relocation move to these areas, reach out to me. My info is in the description below. And I also have a link for a consultation that we can do over Zoom, and I can pull up the map just like this, and we can go through what you and your family are looking for. So if you're more Oviedo, I'll pull up the map and we'll talk about areas, new construction. I'll do a custom search for you, and we'll go through absolutely everything in there. I'll explain areas, school zones, everything like that, and same for Winter Park. And that is a much more custom experience, and you can book whenever you want. So I look forward to talking with you if that is you. And let's get into this video. Okay, again, so everything that you see with like a green house icon is new construction, labeled new construction. If I even went back to like, okay, so we're in 2026. Even if I went back to 2024, that's still pretty new construction, but for the sake of this video, I just did like brand new construction. Maybe after this, I'll include that and we can go through those options. But everything that you see here is stuff that is on the market. So as you can see, we have way more options in Winter Park and way less in Oviedo. In Oviedo, we really only have these few. This is Ravencliff and Hawks Overlook neighborhood. And that is because those have sold out. The Hawks Overlook neighborhood is only like 28 homes, and then the Ravencliff neighborhood, both built by MI, are there was 58 home sites and they only have about 4 left. So I'm going to explain to you why these are so different. These are just different areas in general. So Oviedo is planned unit developments, PUD. And what that means is that someone came in and bought a chunk of land from probably someone who was like in cattle or had like celery or orange groves or something very Florida like that. And they sold it to a specific builder, whether that's Lennar, DR Horton, MI Homes. Meritage is also a really big builder there. Pulte is a huge builder there. Off the top of my head, that's like the only things that we have in Oviedo, which is, I'll double check that. But those are the builders that I've seen in the last 10 years in Oviedo. And so they made these communities with like subdivision walls, a lot of gated neighborhoods, and even yesterday, was I touring? Today, Monday? Yeah. I was touring with those buyers yesterday, Sunday afternoon. And the wife was like, how come there's so many gated neighborhoods in Oviedo? And I was like, I have no idea, but that's just what they did. Whereas Winter Park is completely different. So I'll finish this about Oviedo. This is the Ravencliff neighborhood, and then this is the Hawks Overlook neighborhood. Now, these are all over $1 million because everything new construction is $1 million. And I have toured this home. This exact home is on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go, you can check that out. But they did some incredible upgrades here, and this builder home can be yours. They're trying to close in January of 2027. This is absolutely beautiful, on the market for 1.3 something at this point. It is a 5-bedroom, I think 4.5 bathroom with a pool. The other thing that you'll notice is that these builders do not put in pools. So the only time that you can really get a pool is if you are building the model home, because of course for the model home, they're gonna have a pool. So they've just done some really, really great upgrades. You cannot even get this level of upgrades if you go to the design center and like build your own, which by the way, in these two neighborhoods, it's too late to pick out your own finishes. They are trying to end the community. They are trying to get out of Dodge. They are, everything has been picked for you. So, but what's really cool about this specific home, this model home, they're using it as their model home. So again, they need it until like January, maybe December, depending on how fast they sell out. But this could be yours. You pay for it now, they rent it back from you, and then you close, or I guess you move in January or December, whenever they want. This is beautiful, 4,000 square feet. Oh, did I say it comes with all the furniture? Because it comes with all the furniture. It's really, 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 really nice. And that is their only model home. The other ones, so MI owns both of these. The other ones are looking like this right now. They are not furnished. You have to use your imagination a little bit. They look like this. And if you go on their website, actually, they have some really good progress photos. It's really cool. You don't even have to buy in here. You can look at the progress photos, but this is kind of what it's going to look like. Just very quintessential Oviedo. I love that. So they have a few options in Hawks Overlook. And again, the other neighborhood is Ravencliff. So these are 1/4 acre lots. And as you can see, like, these are some good size lots. I really love it. I think that this home is also on the market. Yeah, it says active, but it's not coming up. Another really nice big house. And what's cool about Oviedo is like, this is a neighborhood that was a planned unit development at one point. These off Beverly and all of this is a no HOA neighborhood, but at some point someone came in and built those custom homes. And if you just kind of like look around Oviedo, see this. This is a planned unit development. Every lot is the same size. It was probably one builder. If it's like a luxury neighborhood like Stonehurst, I think there were like 8 builders that built 62 homes. So this is Oviedo. And then if it's not that, then it's something like this, these streets right here, where these again are probably just little bits were sold to family members, and then they bought a house or they built their house. But this all was cattle, orange groves, celery, all that good stuff. So we have nothing but planned unit developments truly in Oviedo. So that is why there's such little options in Oviedo, because there's no more land. We have no more land. This is not land that you can build on. If you could build on it, it was wetlands, but this is like state-owned, city-owned, government-owned. This here, people think that this is going to be homes one day. This is not going to be homes. This fills up like a lake when it rains, okay? Do you have any idea how much dirt would have to be brought into this in order to even have a home built on it? It's not going to happen. You could probably build one home in the middle and then put like a moat around it, but that is a flood zone. Let me tell you, that is a flood zone. So that is why there's only a little bit left. And then let's check out what this like lone guy is over here. What is this? Oh, a different Ravencliff neighborhood. Okay. Yeah, this is a little bit confusing, but a different neighborhood to be built. It's probably the last one that they have. So again, that's a planned unit development neighborhood. All right, so let's go back to Winter Park. Winter Park is like the opposite of that, okay? Winter Park does not have planned unit developments. I mean, they do, but they're very far and few between. And if you ever drive through Winter Park, you probably won't find them. I can think of two off the top of my head that are actual planned unit developments with gates and all that good stuff. Besides that, it is just a bunch of random, beautiful, expensive homes, okay? So that's what we're dealing with. So two completely different things. Now, same as Oviedo, where Winter Park has no more land. There's no more land, and you can see in this right here that there's no more land. Everything is a house or a golf course or a lake or a park or preserve or something or a school. And that's just how that's gonna go. So let's talk about the new construction here. And actually, let me do this and let me do this and let me do this. So that way we can kind of break it up. So there's only 7 in Oviedo, and then there are a bunch in Winter Park. They start at 2,000 square feet, $1.225 million, 3.2. Let's actually look at that first. We can kind of go through. Oh yeah, I love this. That's beautiful. So $1.225 million, and you could own this. And I'll breeze through these photos a little bit here, and then I will show you guys like the area of this one too. But that is going to be your biggest difference between Oviedo and Winter Park is this home. Yes, it is new construction and it's beautiful and perfect and gorgeous. And if you want to buy it for me, you can. But the next door house could be a vacant lot. It could be a rundown house. It could be a house that needs renovated. It could be an identical house. So see, even across the street, this is not a rundown house by any means, but it's not the same. It's definitely not new construction. And you can see that the one, oops, how do I do this? The one next door to it is also not new construction. So when you're buying new construction in Winter Park, you could be the nicest house on the block. But let me tell you what, it's not going to be like that forever, because these little houses are getting knocked down left and right, and they are building new construction on top of them. Okay. I bought a house on Lakemont, and when I bought it, it was new construction, but it was single story. I was single at the time. It was just me and my dog, and I wanted to live near Winter Park, and the other houses on the street needed to be, you know, a little tweaked, a little worked on. But now when I drive past that house, and thank goodness I still own it and I rent it out, but now when I drive past that house, there have been 4 McMansions popping up on that road. So it's only a matter of time before all of this looks like this, because people want to be in Winter Park and there is just no more room. So I guarantee you that the house that this house was on was probably a little thing that needed to be knocked down, or not needed to be, just was knocked down. Now see the house to the left, this looks like a really nice big house and it probably matches the aesthetic, but I don't know what's to the right. It doesn't look 2-story. Another really good example. So we have, let's just like zoom in here. Again, no planned unit development. So you're not going to be guaranteed next to a house as nice as you. Pros and cons, right? So we have this house to the left that looks very nice. We have maybe like a duplex even, or this is like an addition in the back. This house, very nice, but not new construction. This house, super cute, but not new construction. This house, super cute, but not new construction. This one here, this looks like a new roof. So the neighbor has new construction. I also see like this guy looks like new construction. This does not look like new construction. So you are not going to be in a neighborhood with all similar style, kind of like uniform homes, right? This is not Oviedo. It's not Baldwin Park that was like all built at the same time. So you have different things. All right, so let's see. That was a really good example though. Oh, I wanted to go to results, and then I want to see. So that's kind of like the biggest difference, I would say, between the two. If you are okay with investing in a house, a luxury home, that you could be the nicest home on the block, but you are in a really, really good area of a town, no matter what. Winter Park does not have a bad area of town, especially 32789 zip code. If you invest in a very nice house in Winter Park, it will pay off for you, even if the neighborhood is already good. Okay, so I'm seeing a few homes here, and these are obviously in the same neighborhood. So let's check out these and see if we have a planned unit development on our hands. We might. Okay, so I'm seeing, yep, pre-construction, so to be built, the Enclave at Winter Park. Let's go back, and I'm gonna highlight all of these. And let's see where these are at. So these range from 1.8 million to pretty much 2.1 million. And I'm gonna hit maps and let's find them. Oh, yes. There used to be a church here. Okay, cool. So see, this was a church. Actually, I think the church kept like the front or something like that. But this is the only time that this will be a planned unit development in Winter Park, is if one person can sell a bunch of land like this, which this was the case. So thank goodness it's so new that I can even show you this example, that this was just a little church building. And so now it does not look like this anymore. This is not a updated photo, but you can see that we have a lot of brand new homes that are being built. And I think that these are, oh, okay. So if I scrolled, there'd be even more, but let's look at what these have to offer. Yeah, so these go up above $2 million, and they're 2026 build. When are they going to be done? Oh, these are all built by a custom home builder, FG Schwab Custom Homes. So super, super cool. If these are just now breaking ground, these are probably going to be ready probably summer or fall 2027. That would be my guess. I have passed by these, and I wanted to see the HOA. So the HOA on these is going to be $375 per month, and these are being built with private pools, so that's really nice. So this is kind of a unique moment in Winter Park new construction, because these are a community of new construction homes, and that is really, really special, but that is rare. So if you are looking for that, if you like that about Oviedo, but you're like, I want to be in Winter Park, this is going to be probably your best option. So let's see how expensive we get. Okay, we get up to $7 million, and this is right on Palmer Avenue. This is beautiful. Been on the market 161 days, under construction. So they are currently building this. Palmer Avenue is kind of a cut-through road in Winter Park. So here you are on a pretty busy road. Beautiful finishes. They probably have them all picked out by now. Ooh, and you have an underground garage. Very rare for a car. Yeah, I mean, at $7 million, you got to bring out all the stops. You know what I mean? You have a little garage lobby, and then you come up the stairs, and then you access the home on the second floor, where it has a beautiful pool. Of course, this is going to have just everything you could ever want in a home. I have not seen this recently, but very, very interesting. So those are the biggest differences between Winter Park and Oviedo. Also, you notice that in Oviedo, that model home was $1.3 million. And then here in Winter Park, you are really not getting new construction under, I mean, that one little house was 1.3, but really, if you want like a 3,000 square foot home, you're probably looking at 1.7 and up. So if you guys have any questions on this, if you have anything to say in the comments, I'd be happy to hear from you. If you want to do a deeper dive into your relocation to either Winter Park, Oviedo, anywhere in Seminole County, Winter Park and Maitland, those are my specialty areas, definitely reach out to me in the link below and schedule a call and we'll go through all of this. Bye.